Hi and welcome to my channel. Anyway, today I want to talk about our microbiome, our gut bacteria, our second brain, our little friends who are in here. First of all, why is it called our second brain? Because our gut has a lot of neurons like our brain, and neurons are cells who transmit and process information. So brain. That's why it is so important that our gut bacteria is intact. If our gut bacteria is not working, our immune system is also not working properly. That's why you have to be very careful that you eat the right things. If our gut bacteria is not working properly, we can't digest food properly, we can't synthesize specific kind of vitamins, minerals. Our immune system is literally not working either. So we have to take good care of our gut bacteria. How? We have to eat the right foods. I'm sure you have heard about probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics are actually the bacteria we need in our gut to do all this funny stuff. The little friends who digest food, to synthesize vitamins, and to give us these little funny, smelly gas things we sometimes, leak out. Prebiotics are actually the food probiotics need to survive. So we need to eat the right prebiotics to feed our gut bacteria, the probiotics. The main thing we should focus on in our daily nutrition is fiber. There are two different kinds of fiber, soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber, like oatmeal, legumes, veggies, and some fruits, will help to lower our blood glucose level and our LDL cholesterol. Insoluble fiber, for example, kidney beans, whole grain, some veggies, and some fruit, have a cleansing effect to our digestive system. But now I want to go more into detail. So, soluble fiber, what is it actually? What happens, soluble fiber attracts water and forms into gel, so we can poop it out better. It's like, and it's gone. Insoluble fiber just adds bulk to the stool. For example, when you're like, damn, there was a lot of poop. It's a lot of insoluble fiber. So you just let it all out and it cleanses your digestive system. There's a study which shows 97% of Americans reach their daily protein intake, which is really good, but only 3% reach their daily fiber intake. 3% means we need to eat more fiber, more legumes, more veggies, more fruits, more whole grain, and whatsoever. But I talk about some food right now. Let's talk about fermented foods and why they're so helpful for our gut bacteria. Because through the fermentation process, it creates probiotics, so the bacteria we need in our gut. That's why it is so helpful when we eat fermented foods. We add some good bacteria into our gut. For example, sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, tempeh. Tempeh is fermented soy. Cabbage, obviously sauerkraut is fermented cabbage. Kimchi is also fermented cabbage. All this kind of stuff, or pickles, oh my god, pickles are so good, is super good for your gut bacteria. You can also do it easily at home. For example, sauerkraut, what you just do, you just shred the cabbage really thin, put it in a jar, then you fill it up with lukewarm water with some salt and some apple cider vinegar and maybe some herbs, whatever spice you want. Put it in there, fill it up so everything is covered. Close the lid and just let it sit for, depends on how warm it is outside, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depends on the weather, really. And then you have sauerkraut, super easy. Sometimes you have to release the pressure a bit, so you have to slightly open the lid, otherwise but that's pretty much it. And sometimes if you buy it, it's super expensive and you can make it super easy at home. Same with pickles. Same thing, just pickles, slice them, put them in a jar, same thing. Lukewarm water, some salt, some apple cider vinegar, some dill maybe, some spices you would like, put it in there, cover it up, close it, and let it sit there for 2 to 3 weeks, maybe not even. And then you have pickles, super yummy. And you can play around with spices, so easily to make. Now let's talk about some prebiotics, because now we obviously implemented the good bacteria into our gut, probiotics, but now we have to feed them. What do you need to eat to feed them? Obviously, just a lot of plants, a lot of legumes, beans, whatever. That's literally legumes or lentils or whatever, some fruits. But the best ones are broccoli, asparagus, Jerusalem artichoke are really, really good for your gut bacteria. Bananas, apples, garlic is also good for your breath. What else? Oh, flax seeds are also really good, but with flax seeds what you have to do, you have to shred them first, so not the whole grain, because it's easier to digest when you grind them first, and then you soak them in water for a bit so they get like kind of jelly-ish, but it's really good for your gut bacteria. Those are the foods you should eat to feed your probiotics to your gut bacteria. If you can't be bothered to eat all this stuff, you could obviously also help your gut bacteria with a good supplement. But it doesn't mean the more expensive, the better. So I will tell you now, you have to reread what is in there, and I will tell you now what you have to look for. CFUs, colony forming units. They have to be at least above 20 billion, so between 20 billion and 100 billion. The more the better, because what happens when you eat those pills, they go through your stomach. Stomach acid will kill some of them, and if you have more in there, more likely that something will end up in your gut. That's why the more you have in there, 20 billion to 100 billion, the better. Second, strains. So the more different kind of bacteria in this product, the better. You want to have as many strains as possible, because we don't really know now, still not, what kind of strains are the best. So that's why you want to have as many as possible to really have a variety of bacteria in your gut in the end. Third, expiration date. So check the expiration date. If it says, oh, they last up to 10 years, hell to the no, because in 10 years, those bacteria will be dead. So they won't do anything for your gut bacteria. If you buy them, you should find them in the fridge, and once you've bought them, they should go right back in your fridge. Otherwise, they will die. Make sure they don't last forever, and make sure once you've opened them, you finish them in one row. Well, not 90 tablets all at once. I think it's like usually 3 tablets a day. And if you eat them, very helpful, try to eat them with a meal or 30 minutes after a meal, because what happens with the meal, the stomach acid will not only attack your pill you just threw in there, it will also obviously digest the food, so the pill will not get, or the bacteria will not get completely killed. That's why have it with food or after food. Those were the probiotics, but we know probiotics need something to eat, prebiotics to survive. So you need 2 different kind of supplements. Don't go for probiotics with prebiotics included, so in one supplement. Take 2, probiotics and prebiotics. When you take prebiotics, try to take them half an hour later or an hour later, so the bacteria are there where they're supposed to be, and then the food comes later, the bacteria can eat the food. So don't throw everything together. Have them like an hour later, so the bacteria actually has a chance to settle down and get the food afterwards. Because it is so important to have a healthy gut. So it's literally like, if you're tired, if you're moody, if you're lack of energy, if you have a bad sleep, if you have bad skin, if you have migraine, if you can't remember things, whatever, this all comes to a bad gut bacteria. That's why it's so important to have a good gut bacteria. What I did lately, I bought a kit to check my poop and my microbiome. It is called Biome. That's the company's name. You literally just buy it, it's not that expensive, and then they send you everything, they explain everything, you just literally just put it in there in this little thing, you send it to them, and after whatever 2 to 4 weeks, you get your results. You see exactly how your microbiome is, what is lacking, what you have to focus on. For example, I'm too gassy, great. So I need to focus on that. My gut bacteria is not too gassy, and they tell you exactly what kind of foods you should eat and what kind of foods you should minimize and what kind of foods you should completely avoid. For example, I'm not allowed to eat any strawberries, and I have to minimize mango. I love mangoes, I love strawberries, great. But it's not that bad, because you do it obviously for 90 days and then you do a recheck and see how your microbiome has evolved or improved. What you also get, they tell you exactly what kind of supplements you should take to improve your microbiome or to gut bacteria, and what kind of foods you should eat, how often you should eat it, how many portions you have, blah blah. You can literally scroll, they have an app, it's super easy. You can scroll through and see exactly, oh, can I eat this? No. Can I eat this? No. Oh yeah, I can have this. So whenever you do your grocery shopping, you just have your app on your phone. Yes, I eat this, I'm not allowed to eat this, blah blah. It's super easy, and you feel so much better, right? It's like after the first week, I was like, I'm not as gassy anymore. I'm not as bloated anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's super interesting. It's super interesting. You learn a lot about your own body, about your own microbiome. So I definitely put a link in my description below. Biome, and I guess it's like only $120 or something. So it's not that expensive at all. And when your gut bacteria is in better health, you're in better health. So, you invest in your health and you don't have to pay the doctor after. So this was it for today. If you want to have a more glowing skin, better hair, you don't want to be as moody, you don't want to be as sleepy, you want to have more energy. Sorry, what's happening here? You want to look nicer, you don't want to have like big eye bags, and whatever, you don't want to be as gassy, then definitely check your microbiome, fix your microbiome, eat more plants, eat a lot of fermented foods, a lot of veggies and fruits and whatsoever, or check your microbiome with Biome, that's a company, description below. Anyway, if this was helpful, this video, give me the thumbs up, give me the comments below, whatever you want to ask me, I will definitely answer all your questions. And I hope I will see you in the next video. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to subscribe so you see all the following videos and you don't miss them. Anyway, I'm off. You have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next video.